you guys, I'm so proud of you guys for staying, because this is going to be great information for you. But you want to get this on your calendars. This is Alyssa Francis, Royal Crown Diamond. She does such a terrific job. Now it is a biannual thing that spring and fall of every year, she's now doing a symposium. So the second spring symposium is coming up, and that is a terrific event. And it is going to be on Saturday, April 16th. So make sure to block that off your schedule for that day. And only because the ULA guys let it out of their bag, they are going to be there. And so, surprise. And it is going to be at the Embassy Suites Grapevine. We're all going to get apartments over here, I think, because we do everything Grapevine now. But it is going to be a fantastic time. So it's Spring Symposium. Is there a website or Facebook page yet for that? There's an event for that, Facebook event for that. So it'll be the 2016 Spring Symposium. Excellent. Great. 96? 9 to 6. Thank you very much. It's your whole day. Yeah. Because there's so much. And just wait till you hear who's coming. And I'm not going to be the one to tell them. But it's like crazy good. Okay, so thank you so much, Katie Guy. Katie and I have known each other for 12-ish years?
11, almost.
11
Yeah, 11 years.
Something like that. She and her
Over
whole
11.
family were great clients of mine when I had my naturopathic office, and we just became great friends, and I'm so proud of her. She is such a great business, and one of her passions has been to go into different healthcare offices, right? She'll define that, but she's really great with dentists and chiropractors and things like that. So she has so much information she wants to share with you tonight. So thank you very much for being here, Katie.
Thank you for having me. Is this my level good? Okay. So tonight we are going to talk about sharing young living with health professionals. First, we're going to go over what that is. And this is not an exhaustive list of health professionals, a kind of a general idea to get your minds rolling and thinking about who you can go share young living with. Of course, there are chiropractors, dentists, orthodontists, oral surgeons, medical doctors, pediatricians, midwives, OBs, a doula, lactation consultants, nurses, surgeons, any type of surgeon you can think of, eye doctor, a psychiatrist, counselor, psychologist, a physical therapist, hygienist, or massage therapist. And of course, I'm sure you guys can all think of like 5 or so more off the top of your head. First, I want to go over what to do when approaching healthcare professionals to talk to them about Young Living essential oils. The first thing you're going to want to do is find out who is in charge of making product decisions. In some offices, the professional is not the person in charge of making the decisions. Sometimes it's an office manager, a nurse, or a nurse practitioner, the hygienist, or even just an assistant. So it is key to find out, for you to go in and find out who's in charge of making that decision. And you can simply go in and speak to the receptionist or the office manager and ask them, who's in charge of making decisions about products you will use or carry in the office. Okay, I wanted to give you an example. I have a leader under me, and she had the permission of a healthcare professional to sign his practice up for Young Living. He was like, yeah, go ahead, great, do it, like 5-10 times. So she went to the lady, the office manager, and she's like, okay, Dr. So-and-so said, do this, I want you to sign me up. He has said, let's do this, and that lady would not do it. And 2 years she spent trying to get this woman to make that happen, and she just wouldn't do it. Finally, this lady, I believe she was the office manager, she ended up leaving the job and someone else was hired, and the professional actually said to my leader, well, I guess we can get Young Living signed up now because so-and-so has left. So the office manager was not the one that was in charge of making that decision. So it's very important. The professional gave the go-ahead, but the office manager just didn't want to make it happen. So you got to make sure you know who is in charge of making that decision, and that's the person you're going to want to approach. Obviously, they will need to get the permission of the professional to go forward, usually. Maybe not in all instances. Maybe some practices, the professional has just said, I don't want to deal with any of this. You make all the decisions. Don't even bother me with it. So once you find out who the person is in charge, you're going to want to set a meeting with that person. At that meeting, so when you have that meeting with the person in charge, whether it be the professional or the office manager, you want to keep it simple. You don't want to overwhelm them. If they are brand new to essential oils or Young Living, you want to stay very simple. This first meeting is about signing them up. You want to make sure you bring an iPad or a laptop or a sign-up form so that you can actually get them signed up at that meeting. You want to talk to them about the benefits to their patients and their practice for using the oils. We all know and love Young Living's oils and know how much they can benefit anyone who uses them. And you want to get that across to the person you have the meeting with. Jim gave some really great things that we could use to explain why Young Living is the best company to use, because you may come in contact with a healthcare professional that's already using some oils, but maybe a brand that they get at the health food store or some other brand that's not as good of quality as Young Living. So you want to come prepared to talk to them about the seed to seal process and why Young Living is better than any other brand. You want to make sure that you have confidence in yourself and Young Living's products. And during this meeting, you can also gauge their interest in the business end of it. So determine if this first meeting is the one to share with them about the business process. If they have a knowledge of the products, you can go a little bit more in depth on the business if you feel that that is something they might be interested in. So you kind of just have to play it on person-to-person basis. You know, you need to know the situation you're going into, and you need to gauge their knowledge and their interests. If it's someone that you don't think has any interest in the business end at all, I would not bring it up at all. Just simply stick with the products and how helpful they will be to themselves and their patients or clients. So once you get the health professional signed up, there are several things that you need to focus on. You need to focus on giving them pertinent information and training in many forms, especially if they don't seem to get the full picture. So we all know that people learn in different ways, and busy people learn in different ways at different times. So you want to keep sharing information with them, even if it seems like you are wasting your time. You need to pay attention to their ordering habits. If they're not placing orders, you need to pop into their office and see if they're still using other oils, if they still have other oils displayed. Maybe they want to, use up their stock, that's fine, but you need to try and figure out if they're still ordering from another company as well. You need to pay attention to see if they're ordering big orders every several months. If they're doing this, then that is a time that you know for sure you can approach them about getting on Essential Rewards. Approaching a healthcare professional about Essential Rewards can be a little bit different than just an individual because they have a business already. You want to gauge the situation and make sure that talking to them about Essential Rewards is not going to push them further away from using Young Living. So you just want to make sure you know the right time to talk to them about that. But if you see them placing a big order every several months, then you know that you can talk to them about rearranging their orders and reorganizing them so they can place smaller orders monthly and get the benefits of Essential Rewards. Then you can also talk to them about introducing their clients and patients to Young Living, and that if they aren't signing up their patients and clients with Young Living, someone else will sign them up either with Young Living or with another essential oil company. We all know, especially in this area, everyone and their dog has heard of essential oils. And so, one of the things that you want to press to them is that, hey, you can either be signing these people up or someone else can. You also need to recognize that they are busy. They own their own completely different business. It may take several times for what you are telling them to register, sink in, or stick. So you need to make sure you're being patient, persistent, be available to them, and be helpful. If you're doing care calls or care club, make sure you are adding them to that. Once they get it, which means that they get not just the oils, but they get, hey, yeah, I should be talking to my patients' clients about this because Sally came in 3 months ago and I just mentioned an oil to her, and then she came back last week and said, oh yeah, I signed up with some lady I met at a trade show. So usually at that point, they're like, okay, I get it. I need to sign up. I need to be talking to my clients about this, and I also need to be signing them up myself. You need to help them figure out who will run the business end at their office. Usually this could be an office manager or a secretary. This would be a great option for running the business end because they're already there at the end of the patient or client's visit, talking to them about making their payments, filling out additional paperwork. Also, sometimes I have professionals who have a spouse that runs the business end of it. Whoever that ends up being, you'll need to work closely with them to help them know how to do this. If they plan to sign people up in the office, you need to get them sign-up forms. Also, if they just absolutely do not have someone who can do the business end for them, say it's a really small practice and it's just themselves and maybe a secretary, and they're just like, I don't have anyone who could do this. Sally can't find the time throughout the day between making appointments to juggle running this other end. You might want to pray about doing this for them, but seriously take it to some very serious consideration because it could be a lot of work. So then you want to get them the enrollment forms. This is our team's enrollment form. It's very basic. My husband created this, and we used to have one that was color and it had the starter kits on it. Then they kept changing everything, so we just decided to go with basic. And we made it here where they can cut this part off to have their username, password, and their PIN number. So that works really well in an office setting because they're used to coming into an office and filling out paperwork. And so you just do what they're used to doing. They're used to filling out all of this information, Social Security number, name, address, etc. And so in an office setting, it's really easy for them to just sit down and fill it out. The healthcare professionals have something that's a little bit different than us, that they have a lot of people just take them as an authority. And while that can be very good in some instances, like this with signing up for Young Living, in other instances we all know it's not necessarily a great thing. But for Young Living, it's really good because a lot of people just go in and they just want to be told what to do. So they get told, you need to use this product, and this product. My office manager out here, when you're checking out, you'll sign up for the wholesale account. And I have a lot of professionals who will say, you can sign up and get these products at wholesale, or you can buy them from us retail. I don't care. It's up to you. It's 24% more out of your pocket, or you can get the 24% discount by signing up for the retail account. And usually the people just sign up for the retail account. I'm sorry, wholesale account. Thank you. So get them the sign-up forms. Then you want to continue to educate them on the products, the business, and duplication. So you want to be teaching them how to teach their people under them to host classes and share the products with their family and friends. You want to make sure you plug them into all of your team's support, whether that be email groups, Facebook groups, your private websites, whatever you have that is your support system for your team, you need to plug them into it. In regular contact with them. And you can also offer to do classes for them at their office to help get them started. Hopefully they would take this over themselves and do the classes themselves. But doing monthly classes for a healthcare professional is a great way to keep their business advertised and to their client base and to keep it in the forefront of their clients' minds, especially if they're a holistic practitioner. If they're sending out emails saying, we're holding classes on everyday oils, we're holding classes on essential oils and stress. For a holistic practitioner, this is a great way to just reiterate to them that they are definitely holistic, they care about their clients and their health, and they want their clients to come in and learn more how to keep themselves healthy. Now I want to talk to you about what not to do, because I learned a lot of this. So you don't want to talk to the professional during your appointment. So if you are there for your appointment, your spouse's appointment, or your children's appointment, don't talk to them about using the oils, signing up for the oils. If it pertains to the care that you have with them, absolutely share with them what you've done with the oils to help that situation. But it's generally speaking, unless you have just a super close relationship with the person, it's recommended not to talk about Young Living during that appointment. So does everyone know what a lunch and learn is? Okay. Does anyone not know what one is? Okay. A lunch and learn is where you would go into an office during their lunch hour and you would teach them about something. For us, it would be about Young Living and about essential oils. So do not do a lunch and learn until the professional is signed up and on board. That has been my experience, not to do it, because if the professional is not signed up and completely on board, you would be surprised how much weight the staff has in the decision-making process for putting Young Living products into the office. Especially if the person in charge or the professional is not 100% on board, they can be too busy to make it happen or easily pushed around by their staff. Some professionals or decision makers don't like to rock the boat. They wait until they're signed up. So you want to wait until they're signed up and completely committed to using the oils. So, for example, I had a healthcare professional that was completely gung-ho, 100%, and she was like, come do lunch and learn. So I did a lunch and learn, and she actually did sign up after the lunch and learn, and she was like ready to put them in her office. And then the staff was just kind of like, I don't know about this. What is this? What are we going to have to do? We're going to have to learn something new. And so she was one of those people who she didn't really like to rock the boat. And so she still hasn't put them in her office. She orders for herself personally, but she doesn't use them in her office. And she's been trying to get her hygienist to sign up, and she keeps saying, oh, she's going to sign up this month. And she's kind of waiting for everyone else to say, yeah, let's do this before moving forward. So I think if I had not done the lunch and learn and I had just worked with the decision maker who in this office was the professional and signed her up and said, okay, let's order these products, and gotten the products in, put them in the office, and then done the lunch and learn with the rest of the staff as a way of saying, okay, this is something that your boss has decided to do, and I'm here to teach you how to implement it and teach you about the products and how to use them. They would have been like, it would have been a different atmosphere. They would have realized, okay, this is something we're doing. I'm going to have to learn this. So I recommend not doing a lunch and learn until you have the professional signed up and or the person who's in charge of making those decisions, and they're completely on board. So you also don't want to give too many freebies until they are on board. I love to give away Young Living products, sometimes too much. I give away them just freely to people without realizing that could inhibit the business end of it. Not that I wouldn't give them away if someone needed them, but I've given away freebies to professionals just because I was like, oh, this is awesome, you need to try this. And then later had them come back to me and say, oh, I'm going to sign up so-and-so. Are you going to give them all those free things too? And so you want to make sure you're being duplicatable and make sure that you're not giving them the impression that that is what you will do for anyone they sign up. So, like I said, it can set a precedent, and they may expect you to do that for the people that they sign up. The next thing is not to give up. So remember I talked about my friend, my leader, who took her 2 years to get this healthcare professional signed up. And she kept talking to him about it over those 2 years. She kept, saying, when are we going to do this? She wasn't being pushy, but she would just make sure she was reaching out to him every couple of months, making sure she was staying in contact with him, even though he had not signed up yet. One time it took me 7 years of one of my healthcare professionals of talking to them about the oils to finally get them signed up and using them. So you have to be persistent and patient and not give up. Another healthcare professional, I signed them up right away, but it took them about 6 years to get the business end of it. So they finally got the business end, and now they're just awesome and rocking it. So stay persistent and don't give up. Now I want to go over just some general recommendations for what can these healthcare professionals use of Young Living's products. And this is not, they could use every product, but when you're going into certain practices, you want to make sure you're not overwhelming them and just sticking to a few suggestions. So these are general suggestions for any healthcare professional. So one-on-one, healthcare professionals have more freedom to share about essential oils and their uses than a lay distributor. So because what they say is protected by HIPAA, they can speak more freely to their clients or patients one-on-one. So that is a real bonus for healthcare professionals. They can also cite research and studies privately, one-on-one with a client. But when they're speaking publicly, they must stay FDA and FTC compliant. If it's in a group or teaching a class or online or on Periscope, any of those things, they have to stay compliant. So I recommend any office to have Thieves foaming hand soap in their bathrooms. Any office should be diffusing essential oils every day in multiple places. But I recommend using milder, more common smelling oils like Citrus Fresh or Christmas Spirit. Wouldn't recommend like Rutavala or Valerian or some of the other ones. Even sometimes Joy cannot be a good recommendation because it has some stronger smelling oils in it. And because it does deal with emotions, people can have seriously negative reactions to it. So you want to just make sure you're staying with some oils that are more common smells. Citrus oils are great because most people are used to smelling citrus smells. Peppermint, and some of the more milder oils. Any office can hold monthly classes. Holding monthly classes, is a great way to market their existing business, keeps their name in front of their client base. It's a great way to build community around their office, and it's all in addition to helping to build their Young Living business. So let's talk about dentists. So dentists can use a lot of different oils, but we'll stick to these few recommendations here. So how many of you love to go to the dentist? So most people don't like it. Surprisingly, a lot of people are seriously nervous at the dentist. So Peace and Calming or orange oil are great ones to have on hand in a dental office. You can put it on the patient's bib to help them while they're having their dental appointment. Dentists can use Thieves essential oil in their lines. Their lines are when you're getting your teeth worked on and they're squirting that water in your mouth. That's what the dentist calls their lines. In a closed line system, you can put 3 drops of Thieves essential oil per gallon of purified water, and then they would use that water in their little reservoirs. So their reservoirs hold like 2 liters of water. So that was what they would use in their lines. They can also use peppermint, digize, aroma ease on the bib or the tummy of the patient to help with those that have problems with anesthesia. And then they can also use lavender, deep relief. Copaiba would be a great one, and you can use those on the jaw after the procedures. Copaiba is a great one to use inside the mouth because it has very little flavor and smell. Okay, let's talk about orthodontists. So, orthodontists generally give a new patient bag to people who just get their braces on. So they can have every new patient bag should have a Thieves spray, Thieves mouthwash, Thieves toothpaste, and Thieves floss. The mouthwash would be great to tell their patients to put in their water pick. They'll fill it with water and put a cap full of mouthwash in there. We know most, especially kids with braces, do not floss. Who's going to sit there and thread the floss through their braces and floss it? I only know one person who did that, and she was a grown woman, and I still couldn't believe she spent the time doing that. So having that Thieves mouthwash in their water pick is an excellent addition to their oral hygiene. Thieves spray for anyone who's had new braces put on or newly tightened braces or appliance. And then again, at the orthodontist, they can use the Thieves essential oil in their lines. And then we have chiropractors and or physical therapists. Obviously, Valor is a great one for them to have on hand. As we all know, this is called the chiropractor in the bottle. Deep Relief and Panaway. Copaiba is great for layering on top of other oils as it helps with their effectiveness and getting them deeper into. Copaiba is great for accentuating the effectiveness of other oils. Ortho Ease and Ortho Sport massage oils are really great ones to complement those practices, as well as Cool Azul, Stress Away and Peace and Calming, and any of the other emotional oils would be great for them to use. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and counselors or therapists, emotional oils, obviously. They should be using these. These, in general, I'm not sure about counselors, but I'm pretty sure psychologists and psychiatrists cannot legally sign up their clients because they're not allowed to have some form of other relationship with them outside of their counseling sessions. And because of that, so their focus won't be on building a business with their client base, but simply on helping their patients with the oils. I know a therapist who is a Young Living distributor, and once he gets to know a client and what their needs are, he gives them the emotional oil that they need as part of their therapy sessions. Now, all included in the price of their session. Teaching them to give their oils to their clients as when they determine what that client needs. They also need to be diffusing and wearing oils with high frequencies, such as rose, and the other high-frequency oils just to help them emotionally as they're dealing with all of these emotions from their clients. Then we have midwives, OBGYNs, and doulas. A great one, obviously, is Gentle Baby. I recommend also Clariderm, Tender Tush, and Rose Ointment. The Acatea and Sleek products are really great for pregnant women, as well as Ningxia Red. Pregnant moms should be taking Ningxia Red daily. Omega Gize and Life 5 as well. Deep Relief, Panaway, Aroma Seize, and Relieve It are other great ones for them to recommend to their clients, as well as Digize, Ginger, Lemon, and Peppermint. And obviously the list could go on for all of these professionals, but it's just an idea to get you started when you're approaching them, what to recommend to them in the beginning. And then as they learn more, they will venture into learning more about more products and then recommending more products to their patients and clients. So that is all I have for tonight. Are there any questions? Yes. So she's asking if I would ever recommend a professional account over a wholesale membership, specifically maybe for a psychiatrist. That would probably be the only instance where I would recommend it. Otherwise, I highly encourage the professionals to get the wholesale account. You know, I do whatever I can to steer them in that direction, just because the potential for them to sign up their clients and build a business is just so huge there. I wouldn't want for them to miss out on that opportunity. Yes.
I think her point is, and I'm an LPC, is that I cannot sign someone up and be in business with them.
Okay.
But I can have my own account that I have now, and then I can set up a professional account, and I can sell them that oil just like I would sell them a book. So I would have to do two different businesses under myself, and so the people that are actually literally my clients would be, I'd sell it in my office.
You'd sell, she's saying she is, what is an LPC?
Licensed professional counselor.
She is a licensed professional counselor, and she's saying she would have 2 accounts. She could have her own wholesale account that she could sign up family and friends, associates under, but as far as her clients go, she would use the professional account to buy the products at 50% off of retail, 40% off of retail, and then she could choose whether or not she was going to sell them to her clients at retail prices or, you know, give them to her clients as part of their sessions.
Young Living calls that a sister professional account.
A sister professional account. So would you sign the professional account up underneath your own wholesale membership? Okay. Yes, she would.
So that would be the only time I would use that account, with people that I cannot officially legally do business with. It's in their conflict of interest for them to be a business partner.
Yes, so she's saying she couldn't sign her clients up because it would be a conflict of interest for her to be in business with someone she has a client relationship with in her counseling practice. So, any other questions? Yes. Do I have any experience with signing like a whole hospital up? No, I have not done that yet. I wish I had. Not yet. No, that would be an awesome account to have. Yes. I'm trying to remember the name of the website. Well, obviously you can search on PubMed. I know some of the companies that do third-party literature have some really great trifold brochures that you could use one-on-one with a client. I don't have anything off the top of my head. I know that I have a couple of physical therapists under me, and one of them, she has done a lot of research, and she has stuff she's compiled, but it's from multiple different sources. So, any other questions? Okay.